We all know home is our first space, and school or work is our second. But have you ever heard of a third space? It's that in-between place where people hang out, talk, and even possibly form real connections. Social mixers like Friendzone Singapore are examples of these emerging third spaces in Singapore. They're designed for casual conversations, meeting new people, and maybe even forming real friendships without the pressure of school cliques or work hierarchies. As more of these social mixers pop up, it makes me wonder, are they actually helping youths build meaningful, lasting connections, or are they just fun in the moment? I'm Wen-Xuan from the UrbanWire, and today we're checking out Friendzone Singapore to see what these social mixers really offer, talking to the team who runs them and the youths who make this space come alive.
Hello, my name is Tam. I'm 32 this year. I'm the co-founder of a social enterprise called Friendzone. Friendzone was inspired by our time living on campus in university. We felt a very strong sense of community living on campus, but all this disappeared when we graduated and moved back home. So Friendzone was an exploration of what will it take to rebuild this kind of kampong spirit in our neighborhoods. So right now, Friendzone runs many one-off events for different communities. My idea of a third space is something more permanent, and that is something that Friendzone aspires to do this year. So in April of 2026, Friendzone is going to pilot a third space in Punggol Regional Library, where we aim to build a conversation card cafe concept. People can come and have conversations with different groups of people, and we will have conversation cards that allow people to talk about these different issues in life. Yeah. So we run a range of events. Of course, there are neighborhood events, which is what Friendzone started out with. We also run events for people who work in different careers. For example, those who work in media, design and marketing, or people who work in healthcare and social sector. We also run events for people in different life stages. In 2025, we started an initiative called Friendship School, which is us sharing our knowledge about how to make better friends, how to navigate friendships and workplace relationships. One thing we do is that all of our events are very conversation driven. It differs from usual networking event where you might be hanging around yourself. We have very intentionally designed conversations at tables with a facilitator. Because the event is a bit more structured compared to a conventional networking event, I think both introverts and extroverts are more comfortable in this sort of format. I don't think it's commercial, firstly, because we try our best to keep our events free of charge. Singaporean youths feel quite shy to step out of their comfort zone to meet someone new. If everyone is feeling shy, I guess we need to create an intentional platform for people to meet. One important design that we have in Friendzone's gatherings is that no matter how large the event is, a big portion of the event time is spent in a small group of 5. In that sense, we retain the intimacy of having a good conversation with new people, and that is, in some sense, quite scalable.
Hi, I'm Jaden, and my age is 24, turning 25 this year. What drew me in was because it was in the same field as I was in. Technically, I'm new to this field, so I wanted to connect with people from the same field. The questions that were asked also were very relevant to what I didn't realize people were experiencing in their own workplaces. I didn't really feel awkward at the start, but I would say that maybe it would feel forced at the start because you're trying to get to know everybody. But I think eventually when people's walls started to come down a little bit and realize that we're talking about real life experiences, I think that's the part where when the relatability of the conversation that we were having came in and everybody felt comfortable to share their experiences. Maybe yes and no, in a sense that this is the only time that we met. Maybe that's how it's a little bit more different from other friendships that I've made. So it will take a little bit more effort on my side to, to connect with people. But I would still say yes because, their experiences was something that I really relate to. And I believe we all had like interesting skills that we were talking about. Like, some of us were acting, some of us were in content creation, some of us were technically self-employed. So I think those are the things that are very important when it comes to moving forward in your career, is knowing who to ask for the right advice.
For some, these spaces are a safe haven, a place to pause and be seen by people like them. For others, the connection may fade once the session ends. But no matter what, everyone loves sharing their interests and hobbies, and having a community where they feel they belong. I'm Wen-Shen from the UrbanWire, and this was a look into the rise and importance of third spaces for youth in Singapore. These spaces remind us that the desire for human connection hasn't changed, only the places where we search for it have. Thanks for watching, and maybe next time we'll catch you at a third space. Bye!